What's up, people? It's your boy Slide. In this video, I'm going to talk about fake happiness. If you guys have noticed, in the United States today, there are so many fake people living in America that you don't know who is real anymore. Some people out there are now doing things that will subsidize their basic needs. Or they will support things that will go against their principle. See, when you look at the media, okay, there are many people out there who will say and do certain things just to get ahead. Like, some people out there, for example, may say they don't like the president. And they say all these things in the media just to get a little bit of money. But by the time they go off camera, you don't know what they believe in. Okay? So you need to understand how things are nowadays. A lot of people today are walking around with fake smiles, and there are some people today who don't even know how to smile anymore due to the increase of depression and misery. You see, many people today are miserable because they hate their jobs. I've said this so many times because I've seen it, okay? Of course, not everyone is going to show their misery, okay? Some people are not going to let the world know that they're not happy. That's not how it works. But by the way people react to certain things, you understand how miserable they really are. Okay? There are some people who do not know how to smile. Due to the rise of depression and rise of failed dreams, people just are miserable. People are miserable, and they have to find a way to make themselves happy. Because nobody wants to be around a miserable person. Some people are miserable because they had a midlife crisis. They start saying to themselves, oh, what did I do with my life? Or some people out there are miserable. Some people are miserable because they had a kid with the wrong person. So now in some cases, they resent the child and the person they had the child with, okay? You would be surprised how many people blame their children for their downfall or for their misery. You'd be surprised, okay? You have people out there who blame their baby mamas for causing them financial issues. And in some cases, it's justified. Okay? In some cases, it's justified. You know, there are some people out there who are in relationships with their girlfriends. They agree not to have children. Somehow the girl gets knocked up, and she decides to keep the child. And the guy doesn't want the child, but guess what? He's now placed on child support because he decided to leave the girl. That will make anybody miserable, because people don't understand about child support. It's 18 years. It's 18 years. It's not just, I'm going to pay when I can. If you don't pay your child support, you're looking at jail time. Look at all these celebrities. I remember Tyrese. Y'all know Tyrese. He had a issue with his baby mama, and all these allegations came into the media. But people don't know or realize that he was paying her 10 grand a month in child support, right? He was paying her $10,000 a month in child support. That's about $120,000 a year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but child support is tax-free. Okay? Now, this celebrity is saying that he can no longer afford to make those payments. Okay? He can no longer afford to pay the 10 grand a month. So he's asking the judge to reduce his child support obligations. Even with Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen was paying a lot of child support. Recently in the news, he says he can no longer afford to pay the amount he was paying. So this shows you guys that no matter how much you pay in child support, it's going to drain you. This is the reason why so many guys today have refused to have children. Because they are afraid of having kids with the wrong person. Okay? We've had the issue and argument of child support, and it's not going away anytime soon. So let's just leave it the way it is. Then you have people out there who are frustrated because some people feel no matter how hard they work, their hard work does not pay off. Okay? There are some people out there who work 40 hours, 50 hours. Some people even work 80 hours a week just to cover their basic needs and have a little bit more disposable income. But for some people, they feel it's not paying off. So you have to understand where you stand with society. You have to know where you fit in. I have seen so many people miserable, angry, frustrated. And a lot of people will say like, why is that person pissed off? Of course, though, okay, for example, somebody may be angry over something so tiny. Like, you forgot to do a certain task at the job. You find the supervisor yelling or getting annoyed, getting frustrated over a tiny task. But in reality, he's not mad about the task. He's mad because he has personal issues that is consuming his life. You won't believe how many people out there have partners that they do not like, that cause them stress. You won't believe how many people have gone through this. Have you guys not seen the news where so many guys have been accused of domestic assault or accused of things they never did? Okay? In some cases, they didn't do it. But guess what? They now have to spend money, their time, and their reputation trying to prove their innocence. Okay? Then you have some cases out there where some people have others like provoking them. Like, you won't believe how many coworkers you see that will test your buttons. Okay? You won't believe how many people who have partners that will test their buttons as well. Some women out there will literally provoke their boyfriends and control them, saying that if you try anything with me, I'll call the cops on you. So now it's like, oh shit. So now you're at the mercy of this woman. Why won't guys get stressed out over that? Why won't guys get frustrated with that? So many guys today are with their baby mamas because they are afraid that if they leave, they have to pay child support. So now they end up in a miserable situation. See, the whole point of this video is to let you guys know how things are. Okay? A lot of people are miserable for different reasons. And you have to understand how the game is played. Because if you don't make it in this life, nobody cares. Nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody wants to be around you. People do not care if you have baby mama issues. People do not care if half your income is going towards child support. People do not care. So now you're in the situation where you feel the world is against you. And you have to know how things work, okay? My personal advice, you have to know where you stand, okay? If you have a woman in your life that's causing you problems, cut her off. Cut her off. I don't care if you have a child with her or not. If you can't see your child on a regular basis, cut that woman off. Cut the child off as well. Because there's some guys out there who pay child support and they get no respect, period. So why would you try to force your children to spend time with you when they don't want you around? Because the woman poisoned the kid's mind. Cut your losses, okay? If you don't like your job, leave it today. Find something better. But people don't want to do that. People are so afraid of change. They're so afraid of all these things. And I've said it before, and I'll keep on saying this. If you don't succeed in this life, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Your happiness comes first. So if people want to be miserable. But I'm telling you right now, people are not going to be around you. Do you think companies like to hire employees who stay by themselves? No, they don't. If you are an employee who don't like to socialize with your coworkers, you will be gone. You will be gone. So people need to understand how things work. Hopefully things will work out for the best. Peace.